Our next guest is a very funny Philly-born force of nature with a great new show on, of all things, network television. It's called Abbott Elementary.
A no from Melissa is like 1,000 no's from anybody else.
Melissa's gonna love the installation. She just doesn't know it yet because she doesn't think like us. We're wired different.
Totally. I think it's wired differently, but...
What happened to the Janine who was hopping over turnstiles last year to protest minimum wage for transit workers?
Actually, I did pay because I couldn't get over the turnstile, and that's how they get paid, so it wasn't making sense as a protest.
Abbott Elementary airs Tuesday nights here on ABC. Please welcome Quinta Brunson. So glamorous, so
Thank
glamorous.
You. I had to show the girls I could do it real quick, because, you know...
It's very good to finally meet you. I feel like I know you, but I don't know you.
Why do you feel that way?
Well, you're on the show when I was not here, and I watched you on the show. And also, I've watched you on your various projects.
That's true. I feel like I know you, too. I watch you at night on your television show, not at night.
Completely artificial relationship.
Yeah.
And the show is really great. I mean, it's, I think, going to be one of these shows. And I don't want to set the bar too high, but I feel like this is going to be a show that's going to be on in like 9 years. We're still going to be watching this show.
I'm gonna just receive it. I can't do anything but just receive those good wishes. You were one of the first people who got to see the show and believe in the show, if you recall.
Yes, I do recall, because I saw the promo for the show, and I was like, oh, that looks really good. Can I see that? And I asked ABC if I could see it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is really good.
Yes. And then Jimmy DM'd me on Instagram and said, Jimmy Kimmel is like, hey, what's up? It's Jimmy Kimmel. This show is really good. And I was like, hello? What? And I said, is this really Jimmy Kimmel? And you were like, yeah, it's me. And I thought you were hacked. I was going to call ABC to make sure everything was okay.
Very polite hacker. Yeah, no. You should also see me trying to figure out how to send a DM. It's like, takes like 40 minutes for me to even get there. But
that was sweet. That made my day. Thank you for
putting
good.
I'm glad I was right, too. I mean, I knew it was going to be a hit, and I was finally right about something. How about that? Now, I mentioned that the show is set in Philadelphia, your hometown.
Yes.
And very well set. It's not just one of those fake it set there. It really feels like it's there.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly how to describe how you achieved that, but there are moments and there are references and just the whole look of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But you live here in L.A. now, right?
I live here in L.A., and the show was actually filmed in L.A. at Warner Brothers on the lot, but I just felt the more specific you go with the city, the better. I think the inclination is like, you know, you want to just go maybe broader on network TV, but what I've learned from comedies is that the more specific you go, the more universal you go. So I thought if we can make the building as specifically dirty as a Philadelphia public school is, and the teachers as specifically Philadelphian, and the props and the references, you know, there are references in there that are just for people from Philly that no one are going to get, but I feel like anyone can relate it to their own hometown.
I couldn't agree more. That is so smart to do, to make it very, very specific. And I'm sure they go nuts in Philly. And have you been back home since then?
I haven't been back home since then. I haven't gotten to go back. I wish I could, but...
What were you doing when you left Philly to come out to Los Angeles?
So when I was in Philly, I was working at the Apple Store.
Oh, okay.
And I used that job to transfer to Los Angeles because I needed a job, so I needed to transfer my Apple job to my Apple.
You went Apple Store to Apple Store.
I went Apple Store to Apple Store. That's something you can do there.
Let's do an apples to apples comparison. What is it like? What are the differences of working in an LA Apple Store and a Philadelphia Apple Store?
I'm glad you asked. Philadelphia Apple Store was the best. LA Apple Store made me want to...
Why? What was it?
First of all, the people were lovely. Let me just say that. I loved my coworkers. Shout out to all my Century City Apple Store homies all day, all day. But as I mentioned, Century City, which here is the Beverly Hills area. And in Philly, I would just have these customers that they just wanted to, you know, they needed their phone fixed because they had to take care of their family, right? They had to get to work. They had to take care of their children, you know. It's gritty, it's cold outside, they need the phone. I don't know the correlation with that, but that's how funny. Here, there was, I have horrible stories. One in particular, a woman came to the store and she said, I need my iPad fixed. And I was like, okay. I was like, what's wrong with it? She's like, the swipe isn't working. I say, all right. So I had to put my finger on it and the swipe is working. And she's like, no, it's not working for my dog. And I was like, excuse me? So there was this dog app she had on her phone. And this woman's wearing all pink from head to toe. She's wearing all, which was just a cape. Ooh. I'm sorry,
A man just handed me his metal testicles before you walked out here.
Oh.
Nothing to worry about.
I didn't see that part. So she's just already just looking like Pepto-Bismol, telling me that she needs her swipe to work for her dog. And I said, I'm sorry, what are you talking about? And she's like, my dog's paw, her dog's in her bag, is not working on this iPad. And I had to say a sentence I thought I would never have to say, ma'am, this is meant for human hands. And that's when I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Wow.
But so those were the differences, you know?
Wow. Sounds like there's a real market opening for iPads for dogs. I didn't even realize that.
If anyone wants to get in the business.
So the school, Abbott Elementary, is, we know, named after one of your real teachers, Ms. Abbott.
Yes.
From what grade?
From 6th grade.
From 6th grade.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw Ms. Abbott?
So the last time I saw Miss Abbott was probably 6th grade.
6th grade?
Yeah, it's probably 6th grade, but I got to talk to her recently.
You did? Well, let's talk to her again, because we happen to have her on... Wow. Ms. Abbott.
Hi, Jimmy.
Ms. Abbott,
Miss Abbott.
how did you find...
Oh, my gosh, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Ms. Abbott. Oh, I think she meant you.
Damn it, Jimmy, no.
How did you find out that this show was named after you?
Oh, no.
Well, actually, it was confirmed one night when I was watching 6 ABC News, and they were talking about the Abbott Elementary show shortly after the pilot, and the newscaster said, Miss Abbott, if you're watching, Quinta would like to connect with you. I was like, oh, my God.
Wow.
So just very honored.
Did you know,
I was just so excited.
did you ever imagine back when she was a 6th grade student that Quinta would one day write a show and name it after you? Oh, there you guys are together.
Damn it.
What kind of kid was she?
Thank you.
Quinta was an awesome student. When she came into my class, she was really shy, timid. But as I challenged all of my students, we had to speak in complete sentences. I built their confidence that whatever you want in life, you can do it. You have to work hard. We did projects where we worked hard to go to fabulous places, just instilling that in them, instilling their confidence. Quinta was an awesome student, very driven at that time.
Wow.
She grew out of her shell. She was really our class spokesperson. One of the newspapers, the local newspapers, did an article on us, and they said we entered the classroom and we were met by the articulate Quinta Brunson.
Wow.
She's amazing.
Wow.
It's just amazing.
That is, wow, what a special thing that you named this show after. Look at how emotional you are.
I can't.
I heard you're about to retire,
Not me
Ms.
on
Abbott.
This thing crying, Jimmy.
I'm really tired, Jimmy. Yes, I've done close to 30 years, and it's about time for me to retire. I will be retiring.
You obviously are a great teacher. I mean, obviously. And to celebrate your retirement, you and a friend we're going to send you on an all-expenses-paid, first-class, 5-day trip, thanks to Vacasa Vacation Rentals. And you don't have to take Quinta with you, but she kind of did name the show after you, so.
Oh, my goodness, Miss Abbott!
Abbott Elementary, Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock on ABC. Quinta Brunson. Thank you, Ms. Abbott. If you like that video, click subscribe, and we'll be together until one of us dies.